Welcome to The Priority Shift, a podcast dedicated to focusing on your true priorities, both personal and professional, using the 80-20 method. I'm your host, Christina Walker. Let's dive in. Episode 9, The Coffee Maker. A few months ago, my husband and I returned from an international trip, and he had decided not to worry about putting the coffee together the night before for the next morning, figuring he would be up early from the jet lag anyways. The next morning, I was awake at 4 a.m. and decided to turn on the coffee maker. This particular coffee maker, you have to press the on button twice to get it to actually brew, which I did, and I walked away to take care of the stack of mail that had been waiting for us to return home. About 15 minutes later, I walked back to the coffee machine, realizing that no coffee was made because I had forgotten to put all the required ingredients into said coffee maker. I proceeded to put together everything for the coffee machine, and also this coffee maker has one of those water tanks on the back, and you can fill it up with the required amount of water. Again, I pressed the start button 2 times, went back to other things waiting for us. About 10 minutes later, I returned to find the coffee flowed out all over the counter and only a little bit of the coffee creamer left in the fridge. As I poured my coffee into my cup, it was a weak tea color and cold. By this time, my jet-lagged brain just wanted coffee and I could not figure out what I had done wrong. I cleaned up my mess and thankfully my husband came down and looked at the coffee maker. The grounds were mostly still dry, which explained for the weak coffee, and so he tried it again. Also found out that he had ran a small amount of water the night before to just clean out the machine and forgot to dump it back out, hence causing me to accidentally overfill it. 3 times would be the charm, except the coffee maker again did not make the coffee or heat up. So off to Walmart we went at 6:30 in the morning, jet-lagged and just wanting a cup of coffee. My husband is a gadgets guy and loves all the neat features of things. We're standing in the coffee aisle and he reads all the fancy features of the different coffee makers and I'm looking at the prices. He looks at another coffee maker that is the combo between a coffee pot and K-cups, just like our old coffee maker. I asked how often did he use that K-cup feature this past year. About 3 times, he says. So I asked why would we buy another coffee maker with that feature when we only used it 3 times. It's a 20s. But what we really need is a coffee maker that has an easy to use brew button, is programmable so that we can just turn it on in the mornings, and can keep it warm and keep the coffee warm longer. We decided on a $30 coffee maker that has all of those features, the 80s and the vital few to help me get my morning cup of coffee. How often do we get sidetracked on all the neat gadgets and added features we could add for something that we don't really use? Anytime we add a new tracking system to make it more efficient, we share all of those features that could help us, but sometimes we forget to verify that the features we need are easy to use and what they are. My old coffee maker didn't have a stay warm feature, which truly was an 80s, but we missed originally because we were focused on neat features, which turned out to be 20s. How easy it is to see when we do not do something on a regular basis because it is your 20s that you forget steps or miss things and have a quality issue. My husband makes our coffee each morning. He has a system in place and he handles it. It's not my role and it's not my 80s. Yes, I can make a pot of coffee when needed, but because I do it so infrequently, I sometimes make a mistake and it takes me longer because I'm looking for things and double checking that I have my measurements correct. These same things happen in our manufacturing realms when we take a 20s product. Yes, we know how to build them, but it's been a while and we are prone to mistakes. We may have to look up our supplies that we need. The person that usually does it is out sick or on vacation, and we may have 1 or 2 quality issues prior to getting it correct. The correlations are easy to see with 80-20, and the more you learn and understand these concepts, the more successful you will end up being, and at the end there's less paperwork you will end up generating to trying to keep up with. Also, this holiday season, for the month of November through December 10th, I am supporting a local rural Tennessee classroom with a book and plush animal to brighten their holiday season. You listening to this podcast all the way through helps me achieve our goals to give to each child. All new consulting contracts supports this mission. Thank you to our 3 sponsors that have made it possible to fully fund one of those classrooms and allow us to bring more cheer with adding a second class to sponsor. One sponsor wished to remain anonymous. One of our other sponsors is Rebecca Johnson and John and Beth Mills. Thank you for your generosity in supporting our mission to making spirits bright this holiday season. Thanks for listening, and make sure to leave us a 5-star review on your favorite listening platform. And share this with a friend, colleague, or manager. Find more info at PriorityShiftSolutions.com and reach out to Christina directly to get started with coaching and applying the 80-20 method.